Is there anyone in the audience who wants to speak to us on Tom? Yes. Tom Zuckerman.
I'm Tom Zuckerman, Central Delta Water Agency. I did fill out a card, but it's probably didn't get to you. First of all, I want to apologize not being intimately familiar with Appendix H or whatever it is. I don't know that I've ever seen that document or it's ever been handed out here or whatever.
It's been on the website.
Yeah, it's been a part of the plan, certainly through the fifth draft and probably preceding that.
Okay, well that's my bad, but nevertheless, someone that tries to follow this process fairly carefully, the paperwork is so voluminous that it's very difficult to be exhaustive in that regard. But what I really want to talk to you about is unintended consequences here. That there are many, many habitat efforts that are going on in the Delta that may or may not be particularly visible. Some of them are private. Some of them are funded under federal ag programs. Some of them are funded by Ducks Unlimited, California Waterfowl. There are riparian brush rabbit projects. There are projects dealing with snakes and so forth. So when you start trying to draw these broad conclusions about this stuff, I think you're going to make a lot of mistakes. There, for instance, out in the middle of Mandeville Island, as far as I know, without any use of public funds, although there might be some, there's a 1,700-acre wildlife refuge out in the middle of the island. And without knowing exactly what Appendix H says, I can look at this map and say, that might not be appropriate out there because somebody has decided that it's subtidal. And even though it's existed for 15 or 20 years and produced a tremendous increment to a threatened waterfowl population, to wit the pintail, that might not be an appropriate use of that land out there. I don't know why you're doing this. I think it's going to cause more harm than it's going to cause benefit. And I don't know that I can improve on that statement, but I just don't understand it. The other thing I'm concerned about is this continuing issue that I've talked about, which is the floating easement thing, is that when you start putting these things on maps, they tend to exclude other useful purposes that to which people want to put their lands, and you start diminishing values, you start diminishing incentives and so forth, and I think it's counterproductive. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zuckerman. Anyone else like to speak to us on that? Okay.